we have to pay attention to the journey of greatness, to the journey of achieving your goals, your dreams, whatever you want to achieve, your health. It requires repetition, requires consistency, requires discipline, requires for you to do it when your mind tells you, it's not working, don't do it. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode on the Luke Mind Power Podcast. So great to be here with you all. I hope you're doing amazing. Wherever you're tuning in from, just know that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And one step at a time, one day at a time, remember that you don't achieve your success overnight, right? Some people do become an overnight success because of the 20 years of work that they did, So wherever you are in your life, just know that positive changes, becoming more self-aware, surrounding yourself with the right people is going to get you to where you need to be. So before I get into this episode, I want you to take the moment right now. If you're driving, wherever you are, if you're sitting down at a desk, if you're at the gym, wherever you are, if you're able to practice some gratitude with me right now, I want you to take the time. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, I just want you to write down two things, just two things, okay? It's not hard. Two things that you're grateful for right now. Write it down in the comments section, wherever you are. You're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Write two things that you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? Change your mindset. Focus on not what you don't have. Focus on what you do have right now. And I'll just say that, I'm grateful just to be alive. I'm grateful to be here, grateful to have this microphone, grateful to have this podcast. There's so many things to be grateful for. And if we practice that gratitude and that positive mindset, it's going to help us to be able to stay more positive so we can focus on what we want to achieve. So take a moment right now and take action, okay? Everything you want is on the other side of action. There was a post I saw on TikTok quite some time ago. I remember teaching this to my clients. It's called 369. And so basically it is a form of positive affirmation for whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life. So let's, for example, say that you want to have a successful coaching business or successful brand or successful online business or whatever that is, okay? So that could be one of your positive affirmations that I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a successful coaching business or brand. Maybe you want your good health. You want your body to be functioning at its optimum level. You want to feel fucking amazing. You want to feel really good, right? So I'm so happy and grateful that I'm healthy. And then the third one could be, it's up to you. You can just have one or you can have five. It depends what you want. And then the third one could be, I'm so happy and grateful now that I've attracted a healthy relationship into my life. So you could use these three as your affirmations, as your goals, as something that you really want to super quickly manifest in your life. Remember that it doesn't come to you because you just think about it. It comes because you actually practice it and take action. And many people were I know that I heard something from Peter Crone saying that, positive affirmations are basically saying that you're not where you're supposed to be and you're not whole and content with who you are. If you have to positively affirm that you're enough or that you're amazing or that you're powerful, it's basically saying, and you're affirming that you're not amazing, that you're not powerful, that you're not enough. If you have to say that, that means you're not, right? But I also have to, go on the other side and say, we are what we think, and our words are very powerful, and our mind is conditioned because of the words that we speak and because of what we hear, the information. How does your subconscious mind be conditioned and programmed? Where does it come from? It comes from information, comes from experiences, comes from, what you've been through. So I have to agree to disagree there, because the words that I speak to myself is the reason why I am who I am, because I had to reprogram my own mind to think positively about myself because of my own experiences and conditioning and childhood and friendships and relationships in the past. I grew up and evolved into believing a specific way about myself, which wasn't a positive way. It was a negative way. So I had to start talking to myself differently. I had to start doing different stuff for me to reprogram my mind. But going back to the exercise 369, so basically what you do is you write down these three positive affirmations that you want to achieve in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. 369. And so you write 3 in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, and 9. So for example, if I was saying, okay, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a successful brand or business, online business, I write that 3 times. Then I write, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm healthy. Three times. I'm so happy and grateful that now that I'm attracting a healthy relationship into my life. So I've done that now. 3, 3, 3. Then you do it again 6 times now. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm healthy. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've attracted a healthy relationship into my life. I'm so happy and grateful that I have a successful online business. 6 times, 6 times, 6 times. 9 times now at night, do the same thing. Now, I remember sharing this exercise with one of my clients last year. And I remember the conversation because we're talking about it. And basically, I said, when I watched this video on TikTok and I was listening, it was a rapper, African-American rapper, someone that was talking about this. And I was like listening because I was interested and it made a lot of sense. But I knew myself that many people will watch this stuff and go, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. I should do that. And then what you'll do is you'll learn from that and then you'll go and implement it, but then you'll do it for a week and you won't get the results, or you'll do it for 2 weeks and you won't attract a healthy relationship. You won't become healthier. Your business won't start or flourish or become successful, and then you'll stop. So the question here is, we have to pay attention to the journey of greatness, to the journey of achieving your goals, your dreams, whatever you want to achieve, your health. It requires repetition, requires consistency, requires discipline, requires for you to do it when your mind tells you, it's not working, don't do it. And then the opposite, not the opposite, but the other side of it is, you act by taking action and writing it down. You're affirming that this is something that you want to manifest. Well, it's not just about writing it down, because your business or your health or attracting a healthy relationship ain't just going to come out of thin air just because you're writing something on a piece of paper. There's obviously action that's required. If you want to attract a better relationship into your life, well, become a better person. You want to attract better things into your life, then you have to become better. You attract what you are. So then it's like not only writing stuff down, but it's like, what are you doing with your personal development? Are you growing? Are you becoming a better version of yourself? How are you fueling your mind? What are you doing? What are you doing with your fitness and health? And like, you know what I mean? So it's not just that. There's other action that needs to be taken. So the same with your business. You can't be writing down, I'm so happy and grateful now that I've got a successful business, but you're still working a 9 to 5 and you're just focusing on that. And when you're not at your 9 to 5 job, you're watching Netflix, or you're going out with your friends all the time, parties, weekend events. But every single day you're writing, I'm so happy and grateful now that I've got a successful business. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, it is going to condition you in a positive way. And let me tell you, once you actually start doing these exercises and start being consistent and writing this stuff down, it is going to trigger stuff in your mind, because your mind is observing what you're doing through your eyes, the visual side of it. The visual is, I'm so happy and grateful now that I've attracted a healthy relationship into my life. And because you don't have a healthy relationship in your life at the moment, or you're in a toxic relationship, for example, your mind is going to say, that's a lot of shit. Why are you writing this down for? It doesn't make sense. It's not true. And that's what happened to me. So, like, time and time again, building a stronger relationship with myself, especially with looking at myself in the mirror, talking to myself, visually seeing myself, observing myself, accepting myself. There was a lot of negative thinking. It's like, Luke, what are you talking about? You always, in my mind is saying, Luke, what are you talking about? You're amazing. You're extraordinary. You're powerful. You're enough. My mind was constantly resisting that information. I'm out here trying to reprogram my mind, but my mind is telling me that, whatever, man, it's a load of shit. What you're saying is not true. So what do? Do you listen to your negative mindset? Do you listen to the way that your mind has been conditioned over the last 20, 30, 40 years because of all the experiences in the past? Or do you get dedicated, disciplined, consistent, and through repetition, continue to speak positively to yourself? Continue to do these kind of gratitude exercises and 369 and write down what you want to manifest every single freaking day. Because the truth is, you don't become what you want by not taking action. You become what you do. You taking action and writing shit down that you want to manifest is programming your mind in a positive way, because you become what you do, not what you say you're going to do, not what you don't do. You don't get your results and overcome your fears and challenges or become a better communicator or a speaker because you sit in the crowd and you just watch other people speaking on stage. You don't become the best by sitting at the back. You got to get up and take action and get out of your comfort zone. And I didn't become so amazing and fluid and in my flow with this podcast and communication because I'm not doing the podcast every week. You don't become a great parent or an amazing, guardian or supportive person in anyone's life by not practicing it and being there. You raising a child, for example, comes from every single day, learning how to and it's funny we talk about parenting because, we've never done it before. Everyone's learning. We're all on this journey of life. And there was no university degree to go and learn how to become a human being. There was no freaking degree that's there to go, okay, you want to have a child? Oh, no worries. Go and do a university degree so you learn how to become a good parent. all out here doing this for the first time. And that's why as well, when I reflect on, parenting styles and how I was raised or how a lot of us were parented, there was no such thing. There wasn't some law to go, hey, you're traumatized. You've got a lot of generational trauma. Before you have a child, go and do some work on your personal development. Go finish a degree in parenting so you understand what it takes to actually be a parent, be a healthy parent to raise your children. Before you can have children, you have to go and do a degree. There's none of that. People are just fucking rooting each other and popping out kids fucking left, right, and center. And a lot of the kids that are born are suffering because, so many hurt people out there. We haven't overcome our fears, our insecurities, our doubts, our trauma, our pain, what it was that we went through. And then we're going around and fucking each other and some people are getting hurt in the process. So we have a responsibility. We really do, and I know that you're feeling this vibe in this podcast and, you're like, damn, this is a little bit of a different kind of Luke. Normally I'm yelling at you and I'm motivating and I'm screaming and shit. But I think it's really important for you to pay attention to, what it is that we're doing in this world, because it depends on how you see it. You can see this world, and I see it all over social media. You can see this world as going to shit. There's so much crap going on around the world that you can really feel like you're losing your mind and things are going really bad. Or how I see it is, before things go good, they have to go bad. And I see it as an opportunity for growth. I see it as an opportunity for change. I see it as an opportunity for all of us to wake up to our greatness, for all of us to step into an opportunity for growth and healing and change and positive change. And, and again, it always comes back to you. If you want to see change in the world, be the change. You want to attract healthy relationships, become a healthy person. We're not realizing the amount of impact that it has on the world, but not only on your life and the reality that you live. Is just a mirror. Your reality is a mirror of you, a reflection of you. If you're hanging around toxic people, if you're in toxic relationships, negative relationships, if you're in an abusive relationship, it's a reflection of you. We're not realizing this because we're emotional beings, and like all this stuff that we've been through in the past has hurt us so much that we're codependent. We're dependent on something outside of ourselves to make us feel like we're enough or that we're accepted or we're included or, and so then we allow ourselves to remain in experiences that are very unhealthy. And some of us are just not aware. Many of us. I've worked with so many people that have just come out of a toxic relationship or been in toxic relationships. And like when they think back to like 5 years ago or 3 years ago, they're like, why didn't I leave? Why couldn't I see it? And it's like, yeah, I know it doesn't make sense. It's like, how can you not realize that that's unhealthy, that someone's taking advantage of you or manipulating you or hurting you, and you still listen to the words, but the changed behavior is the behavior stays the same, but the words are like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And then 2 weeks later, they do it again. And they still don't leave. So it's like the tolerance. We have so much tolerance. And it's crazy because we love other people more than we love ourselves, which is disgusting. Like I'll say, shame on you. If you're loving someone else more, then that just shows how selfless we have been conditioned to become, put other people first. But the truth is, when you put yourself first, that's when you're able to help other people, because you're overflowing with positive energy, with good health, with success, with abundance, with living your best life, and it's a blessing for you to take care of yourself, because when you take care of yourself, you have so much more power and energy to be able to take care of others. That's the gift. It's like, what kind of gift am I giving to myself? Well, I'm giving myself love and attention. I'm working on myself. I'm becoming the best version of myself. Why? Because I want my kids to have the best fucking parent. I want my kids to look at me as the example, the role model, to go, fuck, man, mom or dad, they're fucking like so into themselves. They love themselves. They're so focused on becoming the best version of themselves. I'm going to fucking try that. I want to be like mom. I want to be like dad. They're so like, they just want to have a positive mindset. They want to be successful. They take care of themselves. They put themselves first. They do what's right for them. They speak up for themselves. They stand up for themselves. They show up every day. They have a balanced life. They take some time to switch off and meditate and pray and nurture themselves. I want to be like that. We emulate each other. Your kids are just reflections of like what they are experiencing that you are doing in your life. That's how we change the world. You change it by changing yourself. We're not appreciating that enough. and this is like the blessing, the gift that we are able to then give to the world. And I love how Les Brown, he said this he said that God's gift to us is our life, and how we live our life is our gift to God. And whether you believe in God or higher power or the universe, you can change the word God to universe or whatever your higher power is. But it is the gift. It's like, what kind of gift are you giving? And it's like events, family, parties, this and that. That's always going to be around. In order for you to get to where you need to be, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, that if peace is not where you are, because we do. I mean, pressure is healthy pressure, and success, the amount of success that you achieve is derived from how much pressure you can handle. If you can't handle the pressure of a bit of stress, a bit of challenges here and there, I mean, and if you're a woman and you think you can't handle pressure, I mean, having a child is pressure. That's stressful. Like, dealing with children is not easy. But then for me, for example, dealing with business, training my staff, like hours and hours and hours and hours, this problem, this email, this, like, there's a lot for me too. I also get overwhelmed sometimes. And sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, like, fuck, but again, it's like, throw in the towel or reflect on how far you come and take it one step at a time and focus on what you can control and be proud and grateful for where you are. Handle the pressure, bro. Handle the shit. It's good pressure. And I like using the analogy of a baby because we want that success, that next level of life straight away. But just like a child, when it's born, it doesn't go from being born to being 10 years old straight away. What do you have to do? And that's why I use that analogy on my business as well. With my team, I'm like, we have to nurture this baby. This is a child. We have to love it. We have to support it. We have to give it attention. We have to change the nappy. When it's crying, we have to pick it up and hold it. It's the same thing with your life. It's the same thing with your business. It's the same thing with your stress, whatever. See yourself or your business or whatever it is that you're doing in your life as a child. The child becomes healthy and prospers and thrives because we love it. It feels supported, included, appreciated. And it's the same thing with so many aspects of our life. If I don't love the podcast, for example, and I give it attention, then it's not going to grow. It's the same thing with your self-love journey. It's the same thing with your healing. It's the same thing with you becoming a better version of yourself. You have to give that attention. What you focus on expands, So yeah, there is a lot of time and there is a lot of sacrifice that's required for it as well. And I think one of the best things that you can do as a parent or as a leader, I believe we're all leaders. This is the difference. We're not focusing on everything that's going wrong in the world. You're becoming aware, listening to this podcast. And if you're listening to this podcast, by the way, take action right now and share it with 5 people. If you're on Facebook, share it on your page. Well, you need to send out this good energy. The more that we share this kind of information, the more that more people are going to wake up, more people are going to listen, more people are going to go, oh my gosh, I had to hear that today. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, wherever you are, share this to all of your friends. If you're on YouTube right now, share this episode. You're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening to this podcast, share it straight away. Go, guys, please listen to this guy. Listen to this podcast. Fucking become more self-aware. Even if you don't think they're going to like it, just send it to them anyway. You never know. Planting a seed is how we have catalyst moments where it's like, oh my God, light bulb. I need to hear that. And this is really the domino effect, how we change our lives. Like how many people I've worked with, I know myself, how much I've impacted because of my own healing and growth and transformation. My whole family's changed. Changes my whole, I've got fucking 10 nieces and nephews. They are inspired and impacted in a positive way because of my change, my growth. So is my sisters, my brother-in-laws, my parents, in small ways, everybody in different ways. And this is the power that I have when I work with all my clients as well. I know myself, there's a big domino effect. Like they do the work, they overcome their fears, their challenges, become better versions of themselves, learn to love themselves. And what happens? Their whole families are impacted. And one of the challenges as well, when you start doing the work, because I've heard it so many freaking times, is, you start getting resistance from your family members. What are you doing? Oh, you're doing some woo-woo fucking, some, bullshit guru or some shit, work on yourself. Like that's stupid. And all it is just unfamiliar stuff. Anything that's unfamiliar that you haven't experienced before you're going to look at that, frown upon it and go, whatever. And people always judge what they don't understand. And the truth is not everybody's called for this work. Not everybody's called for it. Not everybody's going to appreciate it. A lot of people just have tunnel vision. They see one way only. There's only that way. This is the only way that I can think and be and believe and live my life. And that's it. And that's fine. if you're tuning in right now, then I know that you're an action taker. I know that you're here to grow. I know that you're here to live your best life. I know that you're not here to conform to the world and society and the expectations of your family, your friends, and the people that you love. You're here to transform. You're not here for anything else. You're here to live your freaking dreams, not your fears. And I have had to live life a little bit. And that's sometimes what we need to do. So give yourself a break, because a lot of the times we grow and we live and we make mistakes. And guys, you've never lived this life before. You've never been here before. Stop fucking sitting here thinking you have to have it all figured out and it's supposed to be perfect. Wherever you are, whatever stage of life that you are, give yourself a fucking break. Sitting here going, oh, fucking hell, I did this and I did that and I did this. And I get it. Like if you've spent or wasted a lot of time, I know you can sit there as well and be in a little bit of a shit state and be like, oh my gosh, like the last 20 years I was fucking sleeping. I could have changed. I could have done this. I could have done that. And I didn't. And it's going to feel like crap. But that's why self-forgiveness is so important. But guess what? Now you're not starting from scratch and you're not starting from the beginning. You're starting from experience. That's amazing. See how I have a positive mindset? See how no matter what situation it is that we're talking about in my life, I always find a positive. That's why I live a positive life, because I've decided to not look at things. I learned from Dr. Wayne Dyer. When you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change. So I decided to have a positive mindset, to be able to see the silver lining in any fucking situation in your life. No matter what has happened, I will pick it out and I'll go, this is why. And I create a positive thought. There's a positive way to look at every situation. Because if we don't change the way that we look at things, if we don't change our thoughts, if we don't change the way of thinking, then our thinking just stays the same. And if it's a low vibration or it's a negative way of thinking, guess what? It's going to materialize in negative ways in your reality. You're the manifester of your reality, of what it is that you're living in. And when you have a negative mindset, well, then stop expecting your life to just be amazingly perfect, and your thoughts become the energetic response of your state, of your body. So if you're always looking at despair and thinking about the mistakes that you made and how you could have done this, it's all a lesson. And think about the last, let's say for 20 years, for example, you treated people like shit, or you weren't the best version of yourself, or you did some wrong things, or you wasted a lot of time and you didn't show up for yourself. And now you're sitting here, you're listening to this podcast, you're like, fuck, man, I could have changed ages ago. Why was I not believing in myself? Why was I not showing up for myself? Why didn't I love myself more? Why didn't I speak up for myself more? Why didn't I use the time more with my family or whoever? Maybe people have passed already and now you're sitting in regret going, oh my gosh, I wish I had another hour with them. I wish I could speak to them for another year. Why wasn't I more aware? You weren't supposed to be. It's the pain of those experiences that sit with you right now, and that the uncomfortable feeling, of regret, of I wasted time, of I hurt myself, of not being for you, being against you, and that is the driver. That's the driver. When we do the exercise, 7 levels deep, when we do the why exercise and we go, because if your why is powerful, the stronger your why, the easier the how. When you have a strong why are you showing up? Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to overcome depression? Why do you want to overcome your panic attacks and anxiety? Why do you want to get off your antidepressants? Why do you want to be the best? Why do you want to feel better about yourself? There's got to be a reason. And if that why is strong enough, well, then you're going to push forward. And so what we're looking for is that purpose. We need to feel the purpose of why we're showing up. What is the reason that you get out of bed and you fucking sit up there like I did this morning, and I opened the blinds and it was fucking beautiful. It was sunny outside. The sun was coming up. And it was 6:45 in the morning. And I was like, it's a blessing to be alive. I'm so blessed and grateful to be here. I'm so blessed and grateful that I woke up. I have another day to live my life. I'm going to make it a great day. And I said to myself, Luke, let's have an amazing day today. And so I'm here taking action and I'm doing it. I'm putting the energy towards my life and my goals and helping people and doing what I love and being the change. But in order for me to be the change in your life and in the world, I need to be the change for myself. And so I already went to the gym. I was outside in the gym. I've got an outdoor gym where I live. And it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm out there and I'm doing what's uncomfortable. And I remember the first 10 minutes, I'm doing squats with the medicine ball. I think it's 5 or 10 kilos, whatever. And I'm doing squats and it fucking hurts, man. And I'm doing fucking bicep curls and chest press and fucking dips and getting the ropes, and I'm fucking doing the ropes. And I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. And I'm like, fucking hell, man. and I'm like fucking 1 set, 2 set, and my fucking knees are hurting, my fucking legs are hurting. It's fucking uncomfortable. It's like, oh my God, why am I putting myself through this shit? And it's like, because I'm putting myself first. I know how important my health is and my fitness and that energy that you get from taking care of your body. So before I take care of others, man, I'm fucking take care of me. Before I come on a podcast, I take care of you guys, or I work with my clients and everyone that I work with, or I jump in the Dream Chasers and do our trainings that we do every week. Like, man, I'm fucking looking after me, bro. So I hope that, with this podcast and what you're listening to, that, I give you a little bit more awareness to taking care of yourself a little bit more, man. Like, fuck, it's not going to change because you just sit on your ass and don't do what's uncomfortable. And it is, I know, it's like, why does fitness or your health, it's like, man, you see those bodybuilders or fucking beautiful, physiques and women and stuff like that on Instagram or whatever. And as long as, like, I know there's a lot of photoshopping and, filters and all this kind of stuff, but still, like, to have an amazing physique or to, have these beautiful bodies and stuff like that, it's fucking hard work, man. It's a lot of, like, persistent and consistency, and remember that you don't have to be like that. You don't need to have a six-pack. You don't need to have this perfect body, but some sort of physical activity and exercise for yourself on a daily to increase your heart rate is actually really fucking good for you, man. And if you can do that, like on a routine, like add it into your routine. And then it's not only your fitness, but it's like your fitness of your mind, your mental state, like how you're conditioning your mind and what you say to yourself every single day, how you speak to yourself. That's your fitness. How are you training your mind? You can train and go, yeah, I did my exercise today, but how are you training your mind? How are you speaking to yourself? How are you speaking to others? Because every conversation you have also has an impact on the way that your mind is programmed. If you're arguing all the time with people, disagreements all the time, like that's such a low vibrational state, energy. Like it's so unhealthy. And that's why you can imagine, like, if you've been in like relationships for years that have just been fucking disturbing. Like, you guys always hear me say this. If it disturbs your peace, fuck it off. If peace is not where you are, get fucked. Move. You're not a tree. You were not planted in the middle of fucking the desert and you're a tree and you're stuck there now. You have a mind. You can think. You can create a goal. You can create a vision. You can make a plan. You may be stuck temporarily. Don't expect your life to evolve and for you to get there straight away. But if you start thinking differently, eventually you will come up with solutions and you will be the change that you need in your life. And you will be the one that inspires your family, your children, your parents. Go against the fucking grain. Stop conforming to what everybody else wants and thinks and expects of you. That is not why you were born. You were not born to suffer, but through suffering, it's a part of our life that we have to go through in order for you to evolve and build your character and learn about how extraordinarily powerful you are. So many of us have had to go through a lot of suffering first to realize, if I can go through that much suffering, imagine I went through a positive way of suffering, like becoming the best version of myself, becoming successful. There's also suffering, that challenges, that pressure, stress that you have to go through in building that. So imagine being able to use the energy in a positive way instead of using the energy to argue and talk shit about other people or to try to be defending yourself in an unhealthy relationship. Imagine the years of stress and energy that was wasted and spent, really not wasted though, that was used in those experiences, those relationships, that past of your life, and the amount of energy that was wasted overthinking, ruminating, constantly. Thoughts are energy, remember that. Imagine that now, because you're aware and you're awake and you're more conscious, you actually start using the energy towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, becoming a better, pouring into yourself in a positive way. Wow, change your mindset. Realize that all the experiences of the past are there to remind you and let you know that you are extraordinary, you are powerful, you are resilient, you can deal with pressure, and you can get through stuff. And if you can get through all of that, well then start working on yourself, start becoming better, start tuning in, start programming your mind in a positive way, And you're going to realize that, wow, I'm focusing on what I want now. I'm focusing on positive change. I'm focusing on I'm becoming aware of who I'm surrounding myself with. I'm becoming aware of the conversations that I'm having with people. Are they uplifting? Are they positive? Are they nurturing? Are they supportive? And if they're not supportive and they're not positive and they're not lifting you up and they're not empowering you for you to become a better version of yourself, well, sometimes that needs to happen a little bit so that you're triggered, so that you don't feel supported, because rejection is a really powerful, powerful gift. Once again, see me how I change from rejection feeling like shit and being a bad thing to rejection actually being a really positive thing. For example, in a relationship, if someone rejects you or someone cheats on you, good. It's fucking great. I know it's disgusting to go, oh my God, I can't believe I've just been cheated on. And it's like, well, no, oh my God, that's such a great thing, because now I know that person doesn't deserve to be in my life. Wow. What a revelation. Thank you for showing me that I can't trust you anymore. Instead of, oh my God, I can't believe that they did this. And now let's get revenge. Well, fuck them. If they cheat on me, I'm going to cheat on them. Well, how can I get revenge? It's like, don't become like those who hurt you. You're not them. Why do you become like them? Don't become spiteful because they showed you that they don't want to be with you anymore. They can't appreciate you and love you the way that you deserve to be loved. Appreciate it. And I know you think about it. It's like, yeah, but we've been together for this long and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah. Would you rather continue to be in another 10 years for this relationship and for someone to be going behind your back and not being faithful? Would you like that? Imagine that. That'd be even worse. Fucking 10 years later, you find out, or someone sends you a message and goes, hey, this is all the evidence for the last 10 years. This person's been going behind your back, and you find out, oh, fuck, that'll break your heart even more. So rejection is actually like really good. And people not supporting you is really good. But it's a mindset of you realizing that, okay, I needed that. I needed not to be accepted, not to be loved, not to be supported, not to have people believe in me, because I was being taught to believe in myself. I was being taught to love myself. I was being taught to be my own best friend. I was being taught to have my own back. So it's just how we maneuver the circumstance. How do we change the understanding and appreciation of like what is going on in our life so that we can move in the right direction, so that we can deal with some of these experiences, because they are hurtful, they are uncomfortable. That's the truth. It's a reality. I get it. But there were people in my life that I didn't feel support from. I still don't. Family members, friends. And at the beginning of the journey, it's really hard and hurtful, because when you start to grow and, do what's right for you, and you're excited, you're on this new path, you're on this new journey, you just want to share it with everyone. But the truth is, because you're on this different level of awareness, not everybody can hear you. Not everybody can see what you see, and rightly so, because they haven't been through what you've been through. They don't have the level of thinking that you do. They don't have the imagination that you do. They don't see where you're going because they're not you. So stop expecting people. I know we invest time in trying to explain this is what I'm doing, whatever, but they still can't get it. And eventually you have to realize that, okay, not everybody is for you. That's completely okay. And you start to learn about like, who do I talk to? Who can hear me? Who can appreciate me? Who's adding value to my life? Who's able to reciprocate the same kind of vibe and energy when I communicate with them? And some people won't. So you have to be able to distance yourself and love people from a distance. Because the truth is, you'll never lose the right people, but not everybody's for you when you start to evolve. And it really is like shedding skin, like a snake, because it hurts. It really does. It does. It hurts to grow. It hurts to think that you're going to leave people behind, but you're not. Everybody's on their own path. Stay in your lane. There's no traffic there. Like you've got your own path. You don't need to weave around. Like if you stay the course, everything that's meant to come with you will. Like what's for you will not suffice. Meaning that what's for you is going to gravitate towards you. We all want healthy relationships, for example. There's so many of us that have been through toxic relationships. We all want to attract. I put a post up on Instagram with my friend Marian. We were at the beach and we posted this dance video about, healthy masculine men. And so many people, so many women are writing, where are they? Where are they? Where are these? Well, I'm trying to be the change. I'm trying to surround myself with men who are the change, and then helping more men like become healthier in their masculine. Be able to respect. When you respect yourself, you respect others. When you learn to love yourself, you love others. But to be in your power, to be a leader, to be the example. And this I know is frustrating from the so many women on posting on that, on the comments saying, where are these men? Where are these men? Which clearly indicates that, there's so many toxic relationships out there. We want that healthy relationship. But let me tell you guys, you got to have patience, man. And you got to grow yourself. I saw one person actually respond to the comments saying, well, the start of it is you growing also. Because remember, I said this earlier, if we are in toxic relationships, if we are in unhealthy relationships, we are also unhealthy within ourselves because we are not allowing ourselves to leave that space to grow and evolve. We have to evolve. We have to grow. We have to become wiser, better, stronger, more confident, less tolerating bullshit behavior, more tolerating people who respect and love us. And if that's not what you're receiving right now, then that's why change is required. So wherever you are in your life, one of the things that's most important is have patience. Have patience. When we don't have that patience, we struggle because then we settle. You settle for less just because you're too impatient to wait for better. You settle for less just because it's available. And this is where codependency comes in. Codependent on something outside of yourself to fill a void. So we settle for an unhealthy relationship. We go in too quickly. And I think that's one of the secrets, man. I know that you can say, oh, they really care about me. They're really showing me that they give a shit about me. It's like, let time be the key. Over time, you will get to see if someone is genuine and real. What are they willing to do to show you, And I think the sex, as we're going into relationships, sex is one of the best ways. I'm not here to tell you that sex is bad. But if you hold yourself, I believe that sex is not the most important thing. I don't give a fuck about having sex with you. I want to get to know you. I want to fucking know your story. I want to get to know your mind. I want to connect with your on a mental level, on an emotional level. The physical and sex is something that comes later. It's not the most important thing. But many of us, because we go into relationships and we get so connected and we feel that connection straight away, it's like, man, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I'm having sex already. It's like, no, man, it's not the most important thing. When you connect with someone, connect. Time. How do you trust someone? You can trust anyone straight away, but have boundaries. In time, you will learn if that person is someone that you lose trust for. You can trust everyone until they show you that you can't trust them. But over time, I've learned with relationships, I'm not open to connecting with people physically very quickly. In order for you to connect with me, build a relationship with me, investment is required. Time. What kind of actions are you showing me that is proving to me that my time is that you are worthy of my time, that you are worthy of me? Like, pay attention to that, because talk is cheap. It's the actions, And if someone's really healthy for you, they'll be persistent. It won't matter that they keep taking you out for dinner or they keep spending time with you at the movies for the next 6 months. Their responsibility is to show you that they're real. And when you feel that connection, man, that's where everything changes. And that's part of how do you create a relationship, a healthy relationship, whether it's friendships, whether it's, I'm very careful as well. Like, it's not just relationships, it's friendships, it's people, Respect is something that's earned. It's something that builds over time. Like, what are you doing for me? I'm going to do things for you, but what are you doing for me? It's always reciprocal, It's like the divine masculine, the divine feminine. It's always a balance. There's got to be a balance. It's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking love you. I'm going to fucking protect you. I'm going to make you feel safe, and I'm going to communicate to you, and I'm going to let you know how I feel. I'm going to let you know what's going on. How are you taking care of me now? I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to create this safe container for you to be the best fucking version of yourself. How are you going to do that for me? How are you going to show up? How are you going to love me? How are you going to nurture me? How are you going to protect me? How are you going to come back at me? It's a fucking two-way street, And when you have that, whether it's in a relationship or friendship, you feel it, man. I give, you give. I give, you give. And we have our roles. We have our powers of how we do things in the best possible way. It's like we're losing our minds and not realizing that, we can do this. It's not one person towering over the other saying, you fucking listen to me. If you don't fucking know, if you don't do what I tell you, you're fucking, I'm going to treat you like shit. So work on yourself. We are out here to be the change, and it starts with you. And I believe that if we keep showing up for ourselves, if we keep leaning into communication, becoming better communicators, working on our personal development, working on your past, healing your traumas and your insecurities and your limiting beliefs and your fears and your doubts, and having a positive mindset and loving yourself, becoming emotionally intelligent, becoming aware of your thoughts, taking care of your health, man, we're going to be the change. We are the change. And that's what I see. I see that there is a lot of shit going on around the world, but it's also an opportunity for us to grow. It's an opportunity for us to evolve. It's an opportunity for us to actually go, well, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to fucking keep watching the politics? Are we going to keep sitting on our lounges and sitting on fucking TikTok and watching all this bullshit? Or are you going to step up and be the change? Are you going to step up and go, well, it starts with me. It doesn't start on TikTok. It doesn't start on the fucking news. It starts with me. I'm the change. I have a positive impact in the world. I have a positive impact in my family and my friends. People are watching you guys. And if we can use social media for the benefit of the world, it's like there's a lot of shit out there, but you could step out of your negative way of thinking or out of your lack of confidence and go, you know what? I have an impact in the world. Me posting on social media, my friends see it. My family sees it. That is the ripple effect. And this is how we do a disservice to the world, because we stay in fear and we go, oh, people are going to judge me. What are people going to think? Exactly. What are people going to think when they see you? Like, many of my clients have started posting dancing videos. And I'm like, of course, that's what I do. We want more of that. And I'm like, what are they going to think when they see me dancing? They're going to be like, what the hell are they doing? What is she doing? You've never done that before. And it's like, yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I'm putting out good energy out there. I'm putting out positive vibes. What's wrong with that? I'm happy. It's almost like people have this fear of happiness. You know, put a good song on and then record it and then send it out to the universe on the social media, and your family's going to see it, and you're going to stop and go, oh, I better not do that because people are going to laugh at me. You know, get the fuck out of your head. You stay in your head, you're dead. You know, and it's like, what are they going to think? What are they going to think? What are they going to think? It's like, man, do this for you. Be the change, be the leader, be the example. And this is how we change the world. Guys, if you're tuning in right now, I appreciate you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, like it, share it with your friends. If you're watching on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening, share this with your freaking friends, man. This episode is going to change the world, and we need more people to be leaders and examples of fucking positive light and awareness of, you know, change your mindset. You'll change your life. Change the way you look at things, and the way you look at things will change. If you haven't already and you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave me a 5-star rating and a review. And if you're listening on Spotify as well, there's also an opportunity for you to leave me a 5-star rating on the Spotify app as well. And I can't wait to read all your comments on YouTube. It's a blessing to be here with you guys. Don't give up on yourself. Keep pushing forward, and I will catch you on the next episode. I'm sending you a lot of love. Peace out, guys.